Hi everyone. Sometimes I blog about game stuff, even though like I don't know why I do it. I just do sometimes. I'm kind of active as a gamer. Like sometimes I'll go like months without playing video games, and then I'll just game for like an entire month. Usually during Mercury retrogrades. If you know anything about astrology, anytime there's a retrograde, I usually spend that entire month playing video games, and that's cool. I think that's the way to do it for me. Yeah. I want to talk about GameStop. Like, I have no earthly idea. Do people still shop at GameStop? I think anybody who knows kind of what's up with video games or buying and selling games, like, knows the GameStop is pretty much the worst place you could ever set your, like, walk into. The only good thing I can say about GameStop is their bargain bins, where they just have cheap games. You know, that's pretty cool. That's probably the only, where they sell, like, they'll sell cheap games, like just disc only for like $2-3. You just go in there and get a bunch of PS2 games and stuff. That's pretty cool, but really that's the only bonus I see from buying stuff from GameStop is their bargain bins. There's no incentive to buy new games there because they cost just as much there as they do anywhere else. I think only losers pre-order games. I'm sorry, like there's no real. Why are you gonna pre-order a game? It's fucking stupid. I fucking hate when I go in there and they're like, "You want to pre-order, the new game that's coming out?" And I'm like, "No, I really don't. Like, I can get that game anywhere. Whatever bonus is coming with it, it isn't worth it to me." And most of the time, like, if you pre-order games, you may just pre-order a game and then go in there and they're like, "Oh, we're out of copies," with the extra little shit added in. So you're just fucked. You paid to pre-order a game and you don't get your little extra whatever. And there's nothing they can do, like, if that happens. So I don't know. I think the whole idea of pre-ordering games is basically ruining the industry anyways, because there's games that say they don't get a lot of pre-orders and they get like almost canceled, or just bad shit happens because a bunch of like screaming COD fans didn't go pre-order it. I don't know. It's completely retarded to me. Most people I know, almost everybody I know, does not buy, sell, or trade at GameStop. I don't know if anybody who knows like what they're doing when it comes to GameStop, because their policies suck. I mean, anybody who knows what's up with games, which is, I guess, it has to be most people by now, is going through either Craigslist or eBay. GameStop is for the most part just a complete ripoff. I think the majority of people who shop at GameStop are probably teenagers, high school kids, and younger. They're just kids. So GameStop has these horrible policies, and most of their customers are kids, so they rip off kids. Fuck them. They're assholes. They can go fuck themselves. They rip off kids. Like, I mean, you know how many times I've seen, like, some parent with their 5-year-old kid in there, and they bring in some, like, DS games or whatever the hell system they have, and they're, like, trying to trade it in, and GameStop's like, "Well, trade-in value for this is $5, and you can put that, you can put that money towards some $60 game, I mean, come on." And then it goes back on the shelf, marked up. I think one time, the last time I went to GameStop was probably 2008. I got an Xbox that came with Splinter Cell, and I don't really give a shit about Splinter Cell, so I took Splinter Cell, brand new, in there, and they said they would give me $25 for it. And at the time, I didn't really know about eBay and stuff. No, this was like 2010 or something. I didn't really know about eBay at the time. I wasn't really savvy with stuff because I hadn't really had internet for a very long time. Basically, I barely just got internet in 2010. Like, before that, my life was just crazy. I didn't really fuck with computers or any of the stuff that I do now. So I didn't know, like, what was going on. But I never liked GameStop. But I was just, they're like, "Oh, we'll give you $20 trade-in value." I was like, "Fine, that's really terrible, but whatever." And I did that, and I ended up getting, I think I just bought a bunch of used 360 games. It's like my first 360 or something, or my second one. I don't know. But, you give me $25 for a fucking new game that's, like, still going for $60? I mean, at least do, like, 30 or 32 or something. Like, at least try. Had I known at the time what to do, I mean, I wouldn't even have went into GameStop. I would have went on eBay. I would have sold that game for probably $45 or $50. And man, I probably would have sold it like probably within the first week. It probably would have been gone by the weekend, and then I would have used that money to just buy more games on eBay. eBay and Craigslist are totally the way to go for used games. I like GameStop's bargain bins, but I don't want to give GameStop money, so I don't go there. I don't have a fucking membership to them. I don't put money into GameStop because they're a shitty company and they rip off kids who really, for the most part don't know any better. And you could say, well, their parents are with them, they should stop it from happening, but the parents don't always know what's going on. There's some people, they're just so fucking brainwashed. They pre-order their games, they play them once, they beat them, then they take them to GameStop and trade them in, get completely ripped off, and put them towards other games. Even if you buy a new, like say there's like some current game that's like $60 and used, it's like $60, they'll try to either sell you a supposedly new copy that's really just a used copy, or they'll try to sell you a used copy for like $5 less. There's no incentive in it. When a new game comes out, you wait a month or two, it's probably going for either $50 or $40 on eBay. It's a lot better to just get it on eBay. Plus, you could bid battle people, and you might be able to get it for cheaper. I don't buy new games. It's $60 for a new game. They can go fuck themselves. People say, oh, the developers aren't making any money. Fuck that. They're making plenty of money. It's $60 a game plus DLC, bringing a game's value to like probably $70 to $80 after everything is said and done. Yeah, the industry's doing fine, man. All these companies, all these publishers, they make millions of dollars. So I don't want to hear people saying, oh, the publishers aren't getting enough money. They're getting enough money. Fuck you. I really don't see any bonuses to shopping at GameStop. The only bonuses I see to shopping at GameStop is like, say you fuck around with buying used game lots on like Craigslist and eBay. Say you get really cheap game lots of just shitty sports games. You get like the same, like 20 copies of the same shitty sports game. The only bonus I see to that is you can just rack up a bunch of, like buy a bunch of those like shitty sports game like lots where you get like a bunch of like fucking lots that are all in the case and shit. And then you get your GameStop membership, so you get like a tiny little bit extra trade-in value that really doesn't amount to anything. Basically, you take these shitty game lots of games that you cannot sell anywhere else, and then you just go and trade those into GameStop, and you get enough money in trade-in value to where you buy like a PS3 or 360, and then you take that, and then you turn around and you go sell that on Craigslist. That's the only advantage I see to GameStop. And if you do that, I knew a guy who did that, and he said, man, GameStop would be, the employees would be all pissed off at him, because he'd go in there and just bring these shitty games, and he'd, rack up enough trade-in value where he'd get like a PS3 or something, and then he'd go sell that on Craigslist, and this is what he did. He just hustled PS3s, and the fucking GameStop workers, they fucking hated him for it. But see, my point is, why would they even get pissed off at him? They're not. GameStop treats their employees like shit. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to them what he does. It doesn't really. It shouldn't matter. There's no. By him doing this, it doesn't really affect them at all. They're just fucking peons for GameStop. Like, there's no. No. I don't know. I don't get GameStop. I never will. I don't know why people shop there. When I hear about people shopping GameStop, I'm like, why the fuck are you going there for your games? I know it's convenient. I think the last time I went to a GameStop to buy a game was like 2011, I want to say. I was looking for a copy of Tenchu Z for the Xbox, or for the 360. Does anybody know what Tenchu Z is? It's like Tenchu Stealth Assassins, but just on the 360. It's kind of an old game. Most people don't know about it, and it's kind of hard to find a copy. And in my town, Anchorage, it's like probably the only place I would have found a copy. So I went there and I got a copy, and they were charging like $15 for it, which I don't get because it's not really it's not a title that's really in demand or anything. Most people don't even know about it. But I bought it through them, and it was funny because when I went there, it was back when Red Dead Redemption was coming out. It was like, yeah, it was like summer 2011, and they were like. I went there and they're like, oh, they were like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any more copies of Red Dead Redemption. I was like, no, I called you about Tenchu Z. I I don't care about Red Dead Redemption. And the guy looked shocked. Like, oh my god, this guy's not here to get Red Dead Redemption. Oh my god. Like, I didn't know people like this existed. It looked like it just blew his mind. Like, I don't know. But anyways, I got my copy and I went out of there. I've never liked... Another thing GameStop does that pisses me off is they'll have games marked for like $10, but they won't mark all the games at the appropriate price, so there might be another copy that was marked $20 like a month or two ago. And if you go there with the $10 copy, they'll try to mark it to like the $25 copy. They've tried to do that to me a few times, and I've just been like, I'm not going to buy this. I don't like GameStop. I don't like getting games at pawn shops. Pawn shops suck for games. GameStop's trade-in value is 10%. That's with... Let me look this up. Let's see, GameStop trade-in value 2013. GameStop trade-in values. Let me look. It's basically 10%, if not less. I think you get 11% if you have like the rewards card. Get $50 extra and get 30% extra when you trade used games. Yeah, I don't know. Their trade-in sucks though. You basically get 10%. Anybody who does a 10% trade-in value, I will not deal with them. We have a bookstore up here, and they do 10%. And the only time I will trade shit into them is if it's just a bunch of books that I don't give a shit about, and I'm like, and it's just ridiculous. I know they're a business and that they have to make a profit, but 10% trade-in value, that's a slap in the face. That shouldn't even be legal. But if there's people willing to do that, then there's people dumb enough willing to do that, and they keep doing it. It's going to show these companies that they can do it. I'm not out there doing that. Even this bookstore I trade stuff into, I haven't traded anything into them in probably 2 or 3 years, and I never will again. They go fuck themselves. I don't understand. I'm trying to think of positives for GameStop, and I can't think of any. You get Game Informer. Game Informer is a horribly biased game magazine. All they talk about is new shit, mostly shit that nobody cares about. It's mostly just ads. Even the articles are just hype. Game Informer sucks. They say, oh, Game Informer is not just written by people who don't know games, it's written by people who know games, and I'm like, I'm calling bullshit on that. It's just written by a bunch of whores who get, money to do game reviews and shit. If you look at most of the people who do, and I bet you anything, if you open up Game Informer right now, they're probably talking about how great the Xbox One is, and nobody fucking wants the Xbox One. They're trying to say that the Xbox One's, selling all these pre-orders, and I'm not fucking buying it. It's bullshit. But anyways, I'm done for now. I'm gonna blog about other shit. I will never talk about GameStop again unless somebody messages me on here, because GameStop is just too easy to talk shit about. It's just because it sucks so bad. The workers are fucking obnoxious and annoying. They don't have any deals that anybody else. Everybody else is doing the same. There's no bonuses to going to GameStop. Not with shit like eBay. Where when I buy something from eBay, it's going to an actual person who plays games. It's not going to some fucking greedy ass corporation who go fuck themselves. People say that used games are harming the game industry, but really, is it any skin off your balls if, the game industry isn't making, instead of making, $22 billion, they're making, $19 billion? Does it really fucking matter to you? Do you have a stock in their companies? No, you don't. So just, that's irrelevant. I'm done with this. I'm done. But fuck GameStop. They suck. They suck balls. I don't know why people shop there. I guess I don't see a problem in shopping there if you're just getting used games or you're just hitting up the bargain bins. I don't see a problem with that. But as for selling stuff to them, I don't know why people sell stuff to them. I have no fucking ideas. GameStop is the worst place to sell games, period. They say power to the player. I'm like, More like power to the fucking money hungry shit eating corporation called GameStop. Fuck them.